Hola, mi Bisshhs. Tis I, Chlois, aka Manny Bish, over on Instagram. And today we are doing a subtle, like, barely there, peekaboo ish kind of Manny. So I've got Crush from Revel and Miami from Designer Dips. And this is a glow in the dark. And this is going to come in our peekaboo situation. So the peekaboo situation is going to have to do with this glow and then the stamping that we're going to do. So I am doing the gel method for this Manny. I know I've been saying that it's going to be the next one, it's going to be the next one. I promise you this time, I'm not lying. The next Manny is going to be me trying out new dip liquids. So we're finally at the end. Well, kind of. I will still be doing the gel method, but I know it's been like back to back um videos with me doing the gel method, and I really do try to switch it up for the most part. But I was out of dip liquids for a hot minute. I finally got them. I finally have gotten to the end of my gel method videos that I had done. So now the next video will be me trying out new dip liquids. New to me, not new in general, just new to me. So I am doing the gel method, and as you see here, I poured over, and before I even cured that, I let it kind of, that dip powder kind of soak in to the liquid. And I went ahead and poured over more powder because that's the thing with the gel method, I will say, is that you can get the tiniest bit of opacity or you can get the best opacity in just one layer, because once the gel does start to absorb that powder, you can go back in with more powder, meaning more pigmentation and everything, and just keep doing that until it no longer wants to absorb, if that's your vibe and that's what you're going for. And for this, that is what I did. I just, as the gel was absorbing the powder before I cured, I am going in and just pouring over more powder to ensure I get the level of opacity that I am looking for, because I really wanted that glow to really shine through. So that is what I'm doing. I am sorry if I sound nasally and congested. I am. I have really bad allergies, and we have been getting a ton of rain over here in Texas, and I am feeling it all. So, excuse my nasally congestion situation, throat weirdness. My apologies. So again, see, you can see that it's like a little sheer on that, and then I'm going to pour over again. I'm going to cure, and once I do and I dust off, it's just, it's still sheer. We're still on one layer, but to me, it's not as sheer as it would have been had I just like done one pour over and been done. So I am using the gel method to my advantage in terms of the amount of times that I can pour over to get that absorbed into the gel. And I'm only showing you guys just like a couple mils here and there because they're all the same on that first level. First level? What the heck? Okay, first layer. I've been playing too many games with my son. Sorry. Okay, first layer. And then on this second layer, I'm doing just my thumb, index, and ring, or thumb, index, and middle finger for the second layer, because the other two are going to have glitter on them. So I'm going to save that for later. So the same thing with this one. I am going to let it like absorb into that gel. We're still cleaning around the cuticle, all that and everything. And that's the other thing with the gel method too. You can apply the liquid to every finger, then pour over on all the fingers, or you can do one at a time. It's however you feel comfortable. I personally, it just depends on the day for me if I do finger by finger or just do them all at once and then pour over all at once. It really depends on where I'm at that day mentally, I guess. I don't know. I switch it up all the time. There is no rhyme or reason to my madness. It's just chaos all the time. But on this, so here I haven't cured yet. I'm just doing one more little pour over. You can tell that the powder is absorbed into liquid because you start to see that wetness come back in. So that's when I will like pour over before putting in the lamp. It's usually after I've done cleaned my cuticles and everything, then I'll pour over again, and everything is good and gravy. Um, but so I wanted to do um one layer on all of my nails because I wanted a base layer under my glitter. That way I didn't have to do two layers of glitter. If you're doing, you can do two layers of glitter, that's fine. But I find that the more layers of glitter you have, the chunkier, thicker the nail, and it just starts to become a pain in the butt sometimes. So if you have a layer that kind of a base layer that kind of matches the glitter, I recommend putting that down as a first initial layer and then going on top of that with your glitter, and it'll just be seamless like this. It that first coral, the Miami, matches really well with Crush as an underneath layer, and so I was very happy with the blendability with it. So that was spot on. I cured this already. I had a glitter sticking off my nail, so I just cut that baby off. Um, with this, with glitter and the gel method, you do want to pour over all of your powders, usually with gel method, because the gel, since it's not cured or drying or anything, it has the capability of moving around and kind of getting lumpy and bumpy. But if you're going to do glitter and you're wanting that all over opacity, instead of doing the pour over, lay flat and gentle. Not at an angle, just lay flat and gentle, and you should be good to go. Pat it down, and it should kind of be okay. For this ring finger, I am doing an ombre, so I'm just using my fan brush here to try and pick up some glitter, and then I'm going to use my cuticle tool to pick up some other little loose glitters and place them where I want them. Um, and then I am going to fill in the rest of the cuticle area because I did put gel all over the nail. I'm going to fill in the rest of the cuticle area with more Miami, and then I will cure those nails. But yeah, so for glitter, just dip straight, like flat in, lay your pinky or finger flat, put it in there parallel to the dip to get like the best outcome, and then just make sure to clean around your cuticle and use your finger to press down on the glitter. You really won't, you shouldn't get any gel really on your finger doing that because the glitter is going to act as like a barrier and you're just pressing that glitter into the gel. But yeah, that's my tip on that. And so now I am going to be using my clear builder gel here from Manny Boss. Uh, I'm using this as a encapsulation situation before filing, buffing. These nails really didn't need a bunch of filing or buffing or shaping, really. Everything actually surprisingly came out really smooth for this. I do want to file and buff a little bit on this glitter nail just because I had just a couple little pieces. It wasn't bad, but I had a couple little pieces still sticking out that I wanted to even out. And I need to clean and file around my cuticle area and just get that crisp and nice. And so, and also adding an encapsulation layer, it does also just, if you want it, not necessarily that you need it, but if you want it, I personally like it. It adds a layer of thickness, a layer of strength. It's just better for the longevity and the sturdiness of the nail. And so since I did that, it does have a tacky layer. I'm taking alcohol and I'm wiping off that whole inhibition layer. And now I'm pushing back my cuticle with my cuticle tool. And then I'm going to take a thin metal file and I'm just going to file around my cuticle like so. Just, this is this like super thin file. It's from, you could get these at Dollar Tree for like five in a package for $1.25. So I recommend looking there. Otherwise, Walmart, Amazon, if you're about convenience instead of money. Because I know me, my Walmart's literally just across the street. Amazon can get delivered to me. I don't have to leave the house. And Dollar Tree for me is like a little bit of ways. I don't have one right next to me, so you know, whatever it is, but that is what I use is that thin metal file. Now for the stamping, I am using this summer plate and I just loved these little starfishes. And I wanted, this is where the peekaboo comes in. I wanted something so subtle that you had to just stare as hard as you could to see it. Almost like you wouldn't see it just by looking at it right away. It had to hit the light perfect to see it. It's a very, it looks like a, I don't want to say a, I don't know, a classy mani because I, is coral considered a classy color? When people say, oh, it's so classy, I see like white, off white, nude kind of situation, but this is like a very bright summer color. Um, but it, to the eye, all it looks like is a solid color and a glitter. So it's like just classic in that kind of sense. It's just simple. But then when you look closely, or again, it hits that light, you see the fun, the party comes alive. And it's even better when it's dark, which y'all will see at the end because it is chef's kiss. I love it. So yeah, I'm just using this. I do not remember the name of this polish color, but it will be in the description box, of course. I will go look through my drawer and find it and put it in the description box. Um, all of this stuff is from Maniology. You don't have to, but you can. I do have a discount code for 10% off. It's just Cloyce, Cloyce, and that'll get you 10% off of anything on the website except for the subscription box that it does not count towards. So yeah. Also, the tape pack, love that. Tape will pick up stamping polish, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That is also how you seen me like pick it up off my hootie jigger, my stamper. I love to keep a lint roller on hand for my stamping plate, or not my stamping plate, my stamper, and also just to clean up the dust on my nail desk. I will just run my lint roller over my nail desk and pick up any dust, and that thing works like a charm. So that's a nail hack for you, after filing or after dipping when you get powder everywhere. A lint roller will just do wonders in your life, and they're literally $1 at the Dollar Tree or dollar store or Walmart. You can get them for a few bucks. Like, we have so many lint rollers around the house, and one is designated to my nail desk for this purpose. So now I'm just topping with my Madame Glam gel top coat. This one is my non-wipe top coat. I do have two from them. I have a non-wipe and I have a one that's just like a regular top coat, and it has the inhibition layer, so you have to wipe it off. This is just the non-wipe one, and I am just adding this onto my nails to seal everything in. I am, of course, going over my free edge because even though I do use peel base, I do like my manis to at least last a few days. So here it is. Are you ready for the glow? Are you ready? Oh, look at that. And those starfish just pop so good in this color. And then there it is. Like, it just, I don't know. I freaking loved this mani. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. It's free to you, helps me out a ton. I'll just catch you in the next one. Bye, Bisshhh!